Probably nothing. Well, come on, something has to change. And another day of Weekly Alternate History. Welcome back to this week's Weekly Alternate History. Let's get right into it. So the Austrians would have recreated the Holy Roman Empire in about the time Germany formed in natural history. World War I would have not happened as the Serbian would have been too scared of the might. Instead, the Triple Alliance would not exist and Italy would have been restored back into the Holy Roman Empire. Now there's a process to remake the Roman Reich. It's a Reich now. If Austria united Germany, we will be in a big Germany situation. It will be more powerful in military and economic, and would influence Europe in culture. However, the Germans of Germany won't be quite happy, and a revolution can happen years later after the unification. Germany would get independence, and Austrian-Hungarian Empire would fall. Guess it can backfire. The German states will be heavily influenced by Austria-Prussia, failing to create a full Germany country, gets later annexed by its neighbor Austria. Today will be like Germany today, and there wasn't any major war until the 1928 German War of Independence. What crippled its economy, so there is a German state, but it won't have Bavaria. But we'll have northern Poland and Kaliningrad. Austrian sausage. Austria will conquer much of South Germany. The Austro-Hungarian Empire would declare war on Prussia, and Bavaria, allied with the Austrians. Also, Prussia wouldn't exist without the North German Confederation. Also, World War I will be around in the 1880s. World War I starting early. Austria will undoubtedly have a cultural influence in Germany. Germany may start behaving like Austria and become more expansionist, such as trying to claim more land and become an empire. Also, Prussia may not be happy about this newfound Austrian influence, seeing as they had failed to unite Germany many times before and will potentially declare independence. They could also side with the Allies during World War I and help Russia on the Eastern Front. This could mean the Russian Revolution is postponed or does not happen, since the war on the Eastern Front does not drag on very long and nor isn't as taxing on Russia. With Austria with most of Germany, Prussia would have rotted and died in one big Germany. Hail Deutschland. That name, I remember hearing that from somewhere. I think from a mapper. Yeah. The mapper brought that name to my attention. Let's just move on. And finally, in order for Austria to properly conquer all of the German states, I must state that it is ironic considering that Austria's sole objective was to keep German states weak and separate, similar to France's objective. However, if Austria decides to gobble the states up, its most likely reason was to defend the states against Prussian or North German Confederate imperialism. Austria would first have to win a war against Prussia, the war where Prussia got Sicily from Austria, 7 years wars maybe, and then to leave the southern states under their influence. After a series of treaties and threats, Austria could take southern Germany, but would have to destroy the last threat of Prussia. So most likely an Austro-Prussian war in a Franco-German war-like manner. Austria could win over Prussia due to their quantity despite Prussia's quality, and Austria could bring Prussia under their sphere of influence or vassalization and the annexation by the 20th century. Wow. Amazing. And that is all the comments for this week. If your comment didn't get featured, I'm sorry because there was a lot of comments to read, but don't worry, you still have a chance to be featured next week. So I haven't thought of an idea for next week again because I'm so busy on working on this new Alternate Future of Europe Season 4 series. But here is a suggestion from Alternative Mapping. And the alternate history is, what if the Confederate States won the American Civil War? You can leave your weekly alternate history in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on next week's weekly alternate history.